Let me know where you're checking in from. Hopefully you guys had a good 3-day weekend if your job let you get off on Monday. But let me make sure that you can hear me and that you can see me. So just drop in the chat, drop a 1 in the chat just to make sure I'm not wasting my time. Make sure that you guys can hear me. All right, so got some ones. Want to say hey to everybody once again. So if you've never seen me before, I'm Rob from ITMasterKey.com, and I help people just like you guys get certified. So I've been in IT almost 15 years, got a bunch of certifications, taught a bunch of students, and we are here today because I just want to talk about a couple of pressing issues that I think you guys should be aware of, right? So we know inflation is here, gas is high as hell, food is high as hell. A lot of things are going on, right? So in this live, I just want to make sure that we kind of are as best prepared as possible to actually go ahead and move forward. All right. So I'm going to share a couple of things with you. You can drop in the comments whatever you feel about whatever I say, and then we can talk about it as a family. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Metaverse. So I want to share something with you guys really fast. Give me 1 second and it should pop up right about now. So you guys should be able to see this. It says Yahoo Finance. Mark Zuckerberg lays out the future of Meta. Mark Zuckerberg lays out the future of Meta. So you guys are super smart. So you already know that the Metaverse is supposedly going to be the future. That's going to be next wave. That's going to be Web 3.0. So right now we're on Web 2.0, right? So Web 3.0 is going to be more of an immersive experience. Now, the Metaverse was a super hot topic. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was talking about NFTs. Everybody was talking about the Metaverse like it was going to happen tomorrow, right? But according to Zucks, and pretty much already knew this, the Metaverse probably won't be what it's going to actually be for quite some time. And it probably won't pay off for Facebook and investors or whoever, probably for some years. And I think in this article, he says exactly how long. I think he says about 10 or 15 years, right? So first things first. So we already know that Facebook is no longer called Facebook, or as a company is no longer called Facebook. It's called Meta, and then Facebook is underneath that umbrella, right? So Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is betting his company's entire future on the Metaverse. And part of that multi-billion-dollar wager will require Meta to pump out VR and AR headsets so powerful that they can fool users into thinking computer-generated images are real. Wow. So that may sound a little scary, but the thing is, right, it's not necessarily that Mark Zuckerberg, the team over there, blah, blah, can't actually do it. It's just that literally the internet isn't ready for the Metaverse. So the infrastructure of the internet can't really house and can't really maintain how much power is really needed for the Metaverse. So that's one of the reasons that the Meta or Facebook, if I call Facebook Meta, same shit, but Meta, they go by Meta now, right? So that's one of the reasons that they had a uptick of hiring, right? Because during the pandemic, it seemed like it was never going to end. It seemed like we was going to be in the house, it was going to be locked down. So it seemed like the Metaverse was going to come a lot quicker because so many people were going to be at home that they will have to live their lives virtually, right? So now seeing that people are not afraid to go outside, people want to go to concerts, people want to go outside, the Metaverse kind of had to take just a little bit of a back step, right? And then I think Mark Zuckerberg also kind of saw the perspective of, wow, man, the internet isn't ready for this shit, right? Most people don't have the infrastructure, the devices, the manpower needed to power the Metaverse. Now, you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Me right now, right? Me right now, I wouldn't feel like actually putting on a headset to do anything, to be honest. Now, eventually, once the metaverse is really cracking and up to speed, I'll definitely be in there teaching or doing something. But as of right now, it's kind of would be cumbersome. And even if, I love you guys, thank you for the support, but putting on this damn helmet to talk to you guys would be a little cumbersome. So just like this article says, they have to figure out the infrastructure and they have to figure out the headsets, right? So the virtual reality and the augmented reality, right? So VR, everything is virtual, everything is fake. Augmented reality actually augments your reality, right? So virtual reality, you're on a roller coaster, it's going up and down. Augmented reality, you're in your living room and there's crocodiles swimming in your living room, right? So it just changes your perspective on your actual reality. So let's go and jump back to the article. So in a virtual roundtable with reporters last week, Zuckerberg acknowledged it will take years for compact headsets to display photorealistic images. Still, Meta is making progress toward that goal. We have this long-term roadmap to basically solve all these different challenges, which we think are going to be critical to delivering this really rich sense of presence. We've solved some of the challenges already, and for others, there's still a lot of work to do building these devices. So I'm trying to see, because I remember read this earlier, and he actually gives a projection, sharper display, blah, blah. Somewhere on here, he says it's going to take 10 or 15 years, or it might have been there it is. Meta's president of global affairs, Nick such and such, says it will likely take 10 or 15 years before its investments fully pay off and the technology behind both the metaverse and headsets reach their full potential. So we can always look at teachable moments where we can always look at what can we learn from this. A lot of you guys have to have the same type of outlook that Mark has, not as far as the metaverse, not as far as that type of stuff, but as far as your life. He's already, right, determining and thinking about 10 to 15 years from now. A lot of people don't even think about what they're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. He already know what he's going to be doing a decade from now. He like, yeah, I may look like I'm losing right now. I may look like I'm losing a foothold, but in 10 or 15 years, I'm going to be back on top. And is that true? I guess, time will see, or time will tell. But he's willing to he just said he's willing to bank the future of his company, not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not on all the other things that they own, but on the metaverse itself. Now, if it works and if it really comes to fruition, it's going to make a lot of money for a lot of people. Because you got to understand the metaverse. So you got your physical, you rock out, you do what you want to do, and then you will have your meta profile, right? So your avatar needs clothes. You got those, they're going to sell Gucci digitally. They're going to sell Prada Gucci. They're going to sell Nike digitally. If you want to upgrade your avatar, okay, it's short. You want it to be taller. You want it to be able to fly. You want it to be able to be smarter, so on and so forth, right? So a lot of times what's going to happen is everything that happens physically, there's going to be a digital form of that, right? So a lot of companies and corporations are already moving towards that. So basically, you'll get a physical backpack, physical t-shirt, and then that same t-shirt may be available for your avatar, right? So it might be available for your avatar. So one thing that I can say is that you guys may want to look into actually having a long-term plan, right? So like I said, he's not expecting for this. He's expecting to maybe take L's for the next 10 or 15 years. And right now, I don't know if you follow the stock market, but their stock, I don't know, it took like a 75% plunge, because at the height, I think it was like $300 and something. Now I think it's trading like around 170, 180 or something like that. So you got to kind of, be willing to bet on yourself. You got to be willing to do the things necessary to get what you got.